Hi friends, it's Miss D. Okay, so I told you this week that we're going to be reading some of my favorite books, and this one surely will not disappoint. It is one of my absolute favorites. My daughters love it too. I'm sure some of you have heard it before, but this is a good one to read over and over again. My daughters make me act it out with them. So I hope you enjoy it. It's a big book. It's Caps for Sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. See that? First, he had his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. And as he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody even wanted a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he. And he walked out of town, slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. Do you think you could walk with so many caps on your head? That might be something fun to try. Well, he walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back, little by little, against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight, first his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. Does anyone notice anything? Before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. But all he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? Oh my goodness, look at this. On every branch sat a monkey, and on every monkey was a gray, or a brown, or a blue, or a red cap. Oh my goodness. Well, the peddler looked at the monkeys, and the monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. monkeys, you, shaking a finger at them. You give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook their fingers at him and said, tss, tss, tss. Well, this made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them and he said, You monkeys, you! You give me back my caps! But the monkeys only shook their hands back at him and said, Tss, tss, tss. Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, You monkeys, you better give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, say it with me, tss, tss, tss. Well, by this time the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, You monkeys, you! You give me back my caps! But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, tss, tss, tss. Oh boy, those monkeys. Well, at last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off their cap and all the gray caps and all the brown caps and all the blue caps and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. They copied him. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, and the brown caps, and the blue caps, and the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. What a funny story. Those crazy monkeys, they just wanted to copy him, everything he did. Can you copy me? Let me see. That's a fun game that you can play at home too. Okay, my friends, I hope that you are using this week. Well, yesterday was a little rainy and windy to go outside, but after the rain and the wind, in the afternoon, in the early evening, we went outside and we saw a rainbow. Did any of you guys see it? I hope so. It was really fun to see in person. And then we went inside and we colored our own rainbows, and that's something that you guys can do too. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Or indigo and violet if you want to get technical. But that's a fun project that you can do just with some crayons and paper. I hope you guys are having some fun, getting outside, looking for signs of spring. Look for flowers. See if you can find a flower of every color. See the buds starting to grow on all the trees and the grass growing. And we found a few robin redbreasts with the red tummies. And those are the first birds that you see in the springtime. It's fun to get outside and take a walk if you can. All right, my friends, I'll see you soon. Love you.